Okay. Don't. Hello.
You gave me hiccups.
Hyro, are you gonna hand banana your way through this? You've never watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force, have you? Okay, forget it.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
It's a very old cartoon.
I seem to remember it from like back in the day.
There's Shake, Meatwad, and Fry.
As in French?
Yeah, something. I forgot his name. Anyway, there was a character on one episode called Hand Banana, and it's a long story as to why it was called that, but Hand Banana ended up being like a dog. And so when Hand Banana would like just sit, you guys can't see, but just sit in the middle of like the floor when like the other characters were talking and just like lick their
genitals.
Yeah. Good job, Hyro. You're Hand Banana your way.
Hyro seen, what's it called? Surf Dog 2000?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh.
Even if she did, Mom, I don't really think she would understand like the humor of it.
She thinks she's a human.
I mean, she is a person.
No, she is a dog.
No, I mean, she's a dog person.
I mean, I get she has a personality and spirit and all that other stuff. I get that.
Well, I mean, but I sometimes have to give her Claritin because she has allergies, or I give her acidophilus because her stomach has been a little upset. Like,
she's a dog.
She's a dog person. Hello, hi everybody. Hi, Greta and Michelle Renee and Reggie Small. How are you? Hi. We went on hiatus for a little bit.
Why?
We went on hiatus because I was actually really busy in October. October was wild. I don't really care that much about Mercury retrograde things, but like then I started to kind of notice, like, I mean, I'm used to like emails not going through when I'm not penning you right now. I'm doing something. Emails weren't going through and like different things like that. But then like Mercury retrograde is just a lot of miscommunication. Okay, Hand Banana. Hyro, can you move, please? Hyro.
It's just a momentary disappearance. She'll be back.
But October was just all over the place. But also during October, I did what's called a medication washout. So
What's a medication washout?
That's what I'm about to say. A medication washout is basically when a doctor will take you off of certain medications or all medications for a particular issue, which is what I did because it's almost been 2 years since I started. It's almost been 2 years since I started Prozac. So I was like, let me see. And then I learned that who has really bad depression and anxiety?
You.
So bad. But because I was just sitting outside, like in front of the pool with like my sweatshirt on and my hood over on my head, and I was just like, it was sunny, and I was just like, everything is just terrible. And then like I would be asleep, and then I would wake up like. It was really annoying. So I had to basically adjust my medications back. A lot of this was spurred by the fact that like I learned that with Prozac, which is was supposed to be a weight neutral medication, I've just gained 10 pounds. It will not go away. This won't go away.
Well, the interesting thing about it is you're prescribing this for your patients, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you actually are getting a firsthand.
Yeah, but the incidence of Prozac causing weight gain is actually only 25% of people. But I'm usually that person when it comes to like kind of weird effects. Like I actually tried. This was years ago. I tried that I tried that birth control medication that where like, because I was like, oh, well, if I don't have my period as often, I won't get as like crazy before my period. So it was the medication where you take like 3 months of like the actual like pill and then 1 week off. And I gained like about 7 pounds in a week and I had to stop.
Look at your dog on the keyboard.
Hiro.
So if you gain 3 pounds, 7 pounds in 1 week with this medication, is it water weight? Is it real weight? Is it you eating? What is that?
Well, that medication I don't quite remember. It may have been water, but it's metabolism. Like so when you take Prozac, it can affect your hypothalamus, which is the little organ in your brain that basically affects like, oh, am I hungry? Am I hot? Am I like regulation? And so I don't burn as much as I used to. Like I used to sweat when I slept. Mm-hmm. And now I don't. So
and you don't because of Prozac, or you don't because time has gone by and your metabolism calms down?
Because of Prozac.
And this is the same stuff you've been recommending that I take?
No, I just said you need to be on something.
Oh, yeah. No.
You need to be on something because because being whatever. I'm not even going to say anything. Mm-hmm. In any case.
Because the changes like that in my metabolism, my bodily functions, all of that will, if you think I have anxiety now.
No, I know you have anxiety.
If you think I have anxiety, then put me on something where it fluctuates.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It will make me crazy.
Well, exactly. So that's kind of where I am right now.
No.
I'm not. It's either don't take Prozac and be smaller, or take Prozac and don't get homicidal and crazy.
Yeah, no.
So I mean, it's kind of, and there are other medications I could take, but they don't decrease my anxiety the way the Prozac can. So it's just, I don't know. So I'm figuring it out. Hey Danielle, hi. Someone asked, oh, Danielle, I was just talking about Prozac and how I gained 10 pounds and I can't get rid of it.
So that's the position you're in now. Right now you have 10 pounds you can't get rid of?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But your eating hasn't changed?
No, like, I mean, there was a period of time where during the pandemic initially, I was like, donuts. Because, right. And now I'm like.
That wasn't even initially. That was not too long ago. Like 7 or 8 months.
Yeah, but now I'm like, like yesterday was Halloween and I was like, ugh, I don't.
You mean ordinarily you would eat the candy on Halloween?
Oh, I mean, a few pieces. And I did yesterday, but then I was like, this is gross. Like, it's not really cool. Someone asked.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Someone asked, am I watching Dope Sick on Hulu? No. I heard it was good though. Oh. Yeah, with Michael Keaton and the opioid crisis. No. There are certain things that I can acknowledge as a person and also as a clinician. And I think that when it comes to the opioid crisis, because I'm a Black person and I definitely understand I remember how Black and brown folks were treated during the 80s with the crack epidemic. I don't necessarily want to, I'm not really that interested in the opioid crisis and how it developed and who it struck and the political ramifications and how
unleashing it on Black people and it not being a concern.
Well, I mean, in terms of the opiate, well, right, and I mean, as far as the opiate crisis, in terms of like, I still see stories where it's an opiate addicted newborn as opposed to like a crack baby. So I haven't watched it, but I heard it's good. I mean, mainly because Michael Keaton's really a good actor.
So it's the politics of how they are spinning it today versus what it.
Well, it's just I mean, right.
I mean, because back then,
Right. It was, and this is just anecdotal evidence is coming from me. Most of the people I knew who did crack, like I didn't know anybody in my neighborhood who did crack. Like, oh, we're gonna go party and do crack. Like that was a peer.
Oh,
right. The people that I knew honestly who did a lot of crack were like white kids who went to Ivy League schools.
I seem to remember.
I mean, and I didn't know them. Like it was always like I would talk to my friends up in like because I went to school in the South and they went to school in the Northeast, and they were like, "Yo, like these white kids out here are tripping."
Well, we lived on 119th Street.
Well, but not my peer.
Right.
Yeah, no one that I knew that was like, we're gonna party and do crack. It was like, no, because everything was like, don't do crack and wear condoms all over the place and. Yeah, it was not.
What I seem to remember is that people who had been heroin addicts.
Well, back then were like black.
Right.
Right.
Were then somehow, heroin became less of a talking point and concern, and it was crack.
Right.
But one thing that I do remember is growing up, there was a woman in my neighborhood named Edith. And Edith was a heroin addict who my mother befriended. And she befriended Edith. Edith had a child.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes she didn't come back from wherever for that child.
Right.
So my mother would take the child in, like the kid would spend the night with us for 2 or 3 nights.
Mm-hmm.
Or if Edith got busted by the cops, I don't remember the child's name, but the child would be with us. But when Edith surfaced, when she resurfaced, she invariably would go to Safeway or AMP or some of that and come back to our house with all kinds of steaks, expensive meats and stuff that she had, stolen. She'd boosted from these places. So, we didn't have money. So this was a way of her paying my mother back for whatever.
Right.
But there was Edith, and Edith always had, when she was around, I don't know how to characterize it as other than that, when she was around, she had a concern and a care for her child. What I remember in the days of crack was that was the first drug that I saw hit the Black community where mothers were abandoning their children. They were complete. They like gone, walked away, can't deal, and all the above. And I'd never seen that before.
Right.
That was like, what is happening?
What does it say? Oh, Danielle said that she's, well, not the same thing, but what I was describing as far as like medication. Danielle said she's going through the same thing, which is annoying. Because I'm like, my metabolism didn't just all of a sudden stop. Like it just like, but it did coincide. I started Prozac a month before the pandemic. And then I would say by the summertime, I was like, I mean, I wasn't really tripping. I was just like, I wonder why I'm just heavier. But I was like, whatever. Like, I'm not anxious or depressed, so I don't care. And then like recently, I was like, I don't understand like what's going on. But anyway.
So it took a while for you to figure out it was the Prozac?
Yeah, because I was just like, wait. I mean, I wasn't euphoric. I was just like, I don't know. And plus, it was a pandemic. I wasn't going anywhere. It's not like I had to, get dressed for anything. And then I want to say maybe 6 weeks ago, I was like, I wonder why, like, I just can't lose these 10 pounds. But then the 90s are apparently back. And so are baggy jeans. And I was like, oh my God, are the 90s back? Well, who can 90 with the best of them? Me. So I don't have any baggy jeans yet. But I'm definitely going to, because I just don't feel like having things like press upon me anymore. Which is probably why they're back in style. Aside from the fact that like it's nostalgia, but I'm saying like as someone who lived through the 90s and then lived through like, tight jeans and then lived through low rise jeans. Like I'm just like, I just want to put on my clothes and go somewhere.
A baggy jeans, the era of overalls and cross colors and
Yeah, I was like, oh, are the 90s back? Bet. I was like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, okay. Danielle said that she was on prednisone for pneumonia for 2 weeks, and she eats like a champ. First of all, Danielle always eats like a champ, as I always ate like a champ. We were champ eating people. But yeah, just like it just kind of like.
Well, I found out because I had my thyroid removed some years ago, if you remember.
Yeah, you mean after the fact? When I was like, "What's that thing on your neck?" You were like, "Oh, they thought it might be cancer, but it's not so. Whatever." I was just like, "What are you?"
A thing on my neck. I had that thing.
You had a scar, and you didn't tell me. You're like,
That can't be right.
No, it was very right. I was standing in your house by the kitchen, and I was like, "What's that scar on your neck?" And you're like, "Oh, they thought it might have been cancer, but they did a biopsy, and then they just took it out."
Let's pause for a moment.
Well, that's what happened. So
let's pause for a moment.
That's what happened.
So I had a nodule on my thyroid for, I don't know, 12, 15 years.
Okay.
And I was taking Synthroid.
Okay.
And I noticed one day that my neck seemed larger than it had been.
Okay, because you had goiter. You were turning into the elephant man.
I didn't have goiter.
Okay.
And but like I said, see, when I have changes, I become distracted by that. So I made an appointment at the doctor.
Well, it's OCD stuff too. And I was up in here like going crazy because I was just like, what am I going to do?
I made an appointment at the doctor, and the doctor examined me and said, oh, yes, your neck is slightly larger than it had been. And I said, but it hasn't been slightly larger ever. Mm-hmm. It was there, and then it stayed like that. Now it's slightly larger, and I can see it. And then the doctor said, well, we'll do a needle biopsy. So they did a needle biopsy. Mm-hmm. Tell me what one learns from a needle biopsy from your thyroid. And he said, well, if we hit it in the right place, we'll see. I said, well, what if you don't hit it in the right place? Are you going to keep sticking? Yeah. No, we wouldn't do that. So ultimately, I said, why don't you do a surgical biopsy? And he said, we'll take half of your thyroid and we'll send it to the pathologist.
And then if it's fine, we'll just put it back in the neck.
And if it's fine, then no anything. But if we see anything, we will remove your entire thyroid. I said, well, what if the half that you take
is the good part?
Is the half that has nothing wrong with it? And he was like, well, and I said, look, my thyroid has been non-functioning for years. I understood that's why I was taking Synthroid. He said, right? I said, just take the whole thing out. Okay. He said, well, we don't like to take out organs that are good. I said, it's not good. Let me repeat. I've been taking Synthroid for like...
And then I saw you and you didn't have a thyroid.
Well, and then he said, all right, so we get on the table. He tells Roosevelt it'll be a 45-minute surgery. When I wake up, it's 4 hours later. And it turns out that my thyroid was all across my neck and was like
pulsating
into my vocal cords. So go back a week. So I think where you saw me was I had that done because it was just supposed to be a minor something. Well, it turned out that I had cancer.
Right. And that's when you were like, oh,
I didn't find out cancer. I had cancer till a week later.
It doesn't matter because by that time months had passed and I was like, what is that on your neck?
What does that mean months had passed?
Because it was a healed scar is what I'm telling you.
That doesn't seem right.
Well, but it is right.
I think I told you.
You did not tell me is what I'm telling you. That's why this sticks out in my mind. You said I didn't want to upset you. So I went and had this dangerous surgery where I could have almost died. And I got almost had to have my whole head removed.
None of those words came out of my mouth.
And then they put it back together like
so
Frankenstein. And then I was like, "What's wrong with that neck?"
Never
and you were like, "Oh, they had cancer."
Any one of those words.
Whatever. Yes, you did.
So, and then when I went back a week later, he said, "Oh, you're a very wise woman," and I was like, "Well."
The whole point of this is that you
and
did not tell me.
And he said you had a little bit of cancer, and I said, "What is a little bit of cancer?" So then he starts to talk, and then I said, "Can you just wait a minute?"
Okay, you tell the longest story.
I said, "I want you to understand that when you say the word cancer to a person and they're not expecting it, they're not hearing anything.
With me, and is this partially why you didn't tell me?"
And I said to him,
because you didn't want to tell people.
I said, "Then we have to schedule another appointment where my husband will come with me." I said, and maybe my daughter, who's a doctor, and then you can say everything all over.
You didn't even say any of that. You were like, "Yo, just take it out. Like, don't even tell nobody." And then I'm just go home, and then she gonna come through, slide through, be like, "Yo, what's wrong with your neck?" "Oh, don't even worry about it. I had some cancer real quick. They took it out." That's what happened.
But I realized that,
oh my God,
when I was driving to the store after I'd had my thyroid removed,
and your head fell off,
and my head actually could go this far. My head hadn't gone that far in like years, and I said, "Oh, so all of that was from my enlarged thyroid." So the message in this to all of you guys is, how did I get this in the first place? It turns out that when you go to the dentist and they are doing x-rays on your teeth, that apron they put on you has a little flap thing to come up and cover your neck.
Yeah, we know
a lot of times they don't lift the flap up.
Maybe when you were younger, but it's Flap City now.
Now they're doing it with frequency because people who should not have developed thyroid cancer, they concluded that this came from years of having tooth x-rays and the flap not coming up.
Elizabeth Mackey asked what's the topic. I don't know. It's just whatever comes to like my head.
Who's Elizabeth Mackey?
Somebody who's watching.
Oh, okay.
Just various topics. I don't know. Did you know that Will Smith says he considers suicide once?
I saw that. I did see that.
Yeah.
And I have a friend whose son committed suicide, and your father has a friend whose grandson committed suicide, and it made us very, very, very concerned about what was happening to young Black men.
Yes. Speaking of young Black men,
so is it increasing because of stuff?
I don't know. Oh, you mean because of the pandemic? Yeah, everything's increasing. Jelani, speaking of young Black men, Jelani Day's death was ruled as a drowning.
Yeah, but does that mean he
drowned
or
no? It says the coroner noted the forensic exam of the body was inconclusive because of the decomposition, because it was in water. Water is going to destroy pretty much everything.
But see, when they say, I read that, and they said the cause was drowning.
Yeah.
Right. So a person can drown, or a person can be drowned.
Yeah.
So there's no conclusion to reach as to.
No, that he just had to put something down.
Because the mother was very much believing that her son never would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be kind of like, not that I'm trying to, wish anything on myself, but it's like, oh God, you want to drown in the pool? Like, from what? Like, I can swim very well. That doesn't make sense. Right. Halloween 2021,
I don't do Halloween.
You didn't do Halloween, plus you have like a huge moat around your house so nobody can get in anyway.
I never do. I didn't like Halloween even as a kid. I didn't like to dress up. I didn't like to put on lipstick. And I didn't like to go to people's houses begging for candy. That was the biggest thing. I didn't want to go to nobody's house and beg.
I viewed Halloween more as a bartering transaction.
What?
I wore the same outfit every year.
How was it a barter?
Because
I ring your bell, you give me candy.
Yeah, just give me whatever, like whatever you got. And then at the end of the night, I would get with my friends. We'd dump all our candy in the middle of the floor, and then I'd be like, "All right, these are my candies."
And these are what I'm willing to trade.
Yeah, all day. Yeah, it was a bartering transaction. Yesterday, I decided that I was going to be a little more, slightly more involved. So I set up. I actually like, so I don't really like scary Halloween stuff, but actually now that I don't have anxiety, I really don't care. Like I'm like the movies that I was like, I'm not watching that. I'm just like, this is stupid. And I laughed the whole time. So I set up this little thing where I bought like these little things from Target. One is like oh, here, I'll show you if it's still over here. Because
the fascinating part is that this whole time Hyro has been laying down.
Yeah, because Hyro is super chill. So look at this. I bought this from Target.
Why?
Because it's cool.
Oh, okay.
It's a pineapple skull head. You know, I had this dream after I bought this that I was like, I was like,
you were cutting pineapple skull head.
No, I was cutting up some avocado, and then I wanted to save the seed, and then the little thing fell off, like came off, the little skin on the outside of the seed, and then like it was a skull, and for some reason it didn't even bother me. I was like, wow, I never knew that was under there.
This was a dream?
Yeah. And then
should I be worried?
No. Oh. Me and Peter went to Target while we were high, maybe, and I picked this up and I said, "Ooh, look, it's a pickle."
That looks like a pickle to you?
Well, I was just like, "Oh, a pickle."
Oh my God.
Which I thought was great because it's a Black person. I was just
that's like, a Black person?
No, I'm saying this is a watermelon.
But
I'm saying as a Black person, I was just like, yo, what's racist? It's a pickle. This pickle looks like a jack-o'-lantern. And then I also got, this. It's a squash. It's an autumnal squash. And he looks like goofy. And they light up. Okay. And then this is my favorite. I interspersed these amongst the lemons. They're little lemon, Hyro. They're little lemon jack-o'-lantern faces. And these light up too.
Of all the things I could think of to spend my money on.
They were very cheap. It was Target. Like, who cares? And then look, Peter was like, I was like, yo, we should get them, right?
Oh my God.
And he was like, why? What did you get it for? I was like, because like then you could just put candy in there and just be like, yeah, take what you want, leave me alone. Which is what I did. So I set up like a little.
So this must not be a whole ghetto crowd, because in the ghetto, one person would come and take the whole bucket.
So I ordered too much candy, and I was like, and so I put up a sign. I was like, yo, take what, like for real, take what you want. We have more. And they followed directions. I was like, good job. And then somebody was like, you sure are brave. But then I was like, why would I spend money on candy to be like, you can't have any? Like, it's Halloween. That's the whole point. You give out candy. Like, nah, you can't have that. That's stupid.
Well, it's not so, but you can't have that, but you can't have all of that.
I don't care. Yeah. I was like, I do not want this candy in the house.
Did people ring your bell?
No, that's what I'm saying. I put it out and was like, here, take. Hyro, can you please?
How do you know that one person didn't take all?
I don't know, and I don't care. I'm like, look, if you got candy, then good for you. If you did it, then that's on you.
I just wanted to understand what.
Yeah, I'm not like
these
you guys.
Special breed of people around here.
No, I'm like you guys. No, I mean, I went back after a while, and I mean, I'm sure somebody went and ganked all of it, but I was like, I don't care. Take it. But nobody rang my bell. It was very nice. People were like, wow. Can't believe you did it. I was like, yeah, I did it. Halloween.
My whole block, everybody has,
except for you,
gates. No, everybody's got. Nobody comes on our block.
Yeah, because everybody's like, no.
Well, because it's a block full of walls and gates, and nobody's.
Hi, Hiram, eat your face.
Oh my God. Yeah, nobody in my neighborhood has. It's not the kind. It's not like Toluca Lake where everybody shows up.
Well, no, it was thick out here. Like it was. There were a lot of people out here.
Well, I've seen people like on your block.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, but they don't even come on my block.
On my block, Mike and her husband and her kids came. I told them to come through. I actually hit up Sherry too down the street and was like, I have too much candy, but these ragged people took all the candy, so I was like, yay, great. So
I called you last night. And I prepared Sherry. Because Sherry said, I see him once a year. He goes, hi, Aunt Sherry. I said, and he goes, hi, Aunt Sherry, trick or treat. And I said, well, be prepared for him to say, hi, Aunt Sherry, trick or treat.
Right.
And that's what I said. I asked him if he went down to her house, and he said, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Karen Lee Garcia asked, did my podcast relaunch? Not yet. I have to wait for the higher ups to basically say this podcast is great, check mark, and then we can start recording.
You did the
pilot. I did the pilot, so that's complete. And so I'm just waiting for Hyro, get down.
Oh,
get down.
You're getting like,
yes, get down.
Well, at least this time she listens, because before she'd have been like,
no, she would have been like, what? I don't have anything for you.
Oh, those are truly puppy dog eyes.
Oh God. What I have to do big stretches. But in any case, but yeah, it's gonna be relaunching soon. If you guys go to Amazon and you look up my name, you can find the pre-order. No one wants to see your butt like that. Sit down. You can actually pre-order my book on Amazon.
And it's called?
It's called A Calm Chaos.
And you're looking quizzically at me like, why am I laughing?
No.
Because you don't think that's funny?
It's called a Calm Chaos, and it comes out in March. Because of the supply chain thing.
Did you actually put my shoe in your mouth? Are you crazy?
No, that's what she likes. I told you she likes feet. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so yes, you guys can pre-order my book on Amazon. That would be super awesome. You guys, please try to do that. Also, one of these episodes, maybe the next one, I'll show you guys my new setup for my backyard. I now have 4 chill zones where they were previously really like 1. Hyro, stop. Nothing's over there. I'm talking to you. Next episode will be a special episode, and I'll show you guys all my chill zones.
A house tour.
Backyard tour. So remember the cushions? Did you see those when you were in the living room? Remember the cushion, like they were white cushions, and they were like the little setup for the outside.
Oh, you mean the chair cushions? Yeah.
I got new ones made.
Okay.
And
they're not white.
They're not white. They're cobalt. And the lady, I got them done on Etsy, and the lady did a really good job.
If you chew my shoe with me having my foot in it, you know what's going to happen?
Nothing.
My foot's not going to stay still.
She doesn't care. Okay, so next week we'll go on a backyard tour. Aside from that, I am going to go probably watch something Forensic Files related, because I'm kind of tired. Idris is making all kinds of noises.
We're estimating now he's about 6'1".
Well, his doctor said he was 5'10" and a half.
That was a while ago.
That was like a month ago. Hyro, no. You cannot eat people's feet when they're just sitting down minding their business. Okay? No.
And he's taller than Roosevelt.
Is he?
And Roosevelt is 6'2".
When Hyro gets irritated, she licks her genitals.
And
that's what she's doing.
He had his shaving lesson.
Yeah, he got some bumps.
Grandpa taught him how to shave. He got shaving bumps?
Yeah, but I fixed it.
Well, he's supposed to use the oil first to keep everything smooth.
Yeah,
but the shaving kit.
Yeah, but it's still gonna, once it comes in, it's still gonna it got red. So I gave him some cream and it went away.
Well, I'm a little freaked out by him being taller than my husband.
Well, it happens. That's what happens with children. So
Yeah, but he's still 14.
okay, and then soon he'll be 15, and then 16. That's how numbers work. Anyway,
You think I don't know how numbers work?
I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, and I hope you had a fun Halloween if that's your thing. So yeah.
Oh, are you saying goodbye?
I am, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm saying goodbye. Next week it will be, I guess, daylight savings time will start.
It starts next Sunday.
Which is always great for me because I wake up really early in the morning. Although it doesn't make a huge impact because I'll still like drive around and do what I have to do in like the darkness.
Well, usually we are hot tubbing it at that time of the morning.
Gross.
So what'll happen now is when we get out of the hot tub, the sun will be shining.
Karen Lee Garcia asked how your event was. I don't know what that is. An event?
How my event was?
Yeah.
Oh, I put something on social media today saying I'm getting an award from the multicultural.
Oh, is that the thing I have to, or that's something different?
No, that's what you have to do the track for.
Oh.
It hasn't happened yet. It'll be, I think it's November 18th.
Okay.
In DC at the Washington Press Club. Thank you for asking. I struggled with accepting. Oh, that was to Karen. Thank you for asking. I struggled with accepting the honor because that means I have to get on a plane.
Ew.
And fly up
to where?
DC. It's in DC.
They can't Zoom that?
Perhaps they don't want to Zoom it.
I don't know. It's cheaper.
So I have to go up to DC in 2 weeks, I guess.
Hyro.
And the part about it that made it meaningful to me was there's a sister in Atlanta who's an anchor, really wonderful. And I've known her for many years, Jovita Moore, Jovita Moore. And people in Atlanta know her really well. She died over the weekend of cancer. And she was diagnosed with this cancer maybe like 3 months ago. And she came off the air because she had a tumor, brain tumor.
Oh yeah, it was really like aggressive or something.
Right. And it's partly why I decided I would go ahead and accept the award, because I haven't seen many of my fellow journalists and people I've mentored through the years and stuff. And I was like, let me go. And
right.
I've been sequestering myself in my home for a long, long time. And I don't know when it's going to be better. Mm-hmm. Today I was over at, I had a meeting over at, I'll call it a bank building. And a person in the bank building over in Century City, I was on the elevator going down after having a meeting with my person. Another woman got on the elevator, and then two men got on. One who was a worker in the building because he had a cart of stuff, and another guy who may have been like a supervisor of the guy.
No.
We all had on masks except for the supervisor guy.
Was he white?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's in the elevator,
just breathing all over the place.
And this is why I don't come out, because it's like,
no, it's gross.
Every part, well, it is so much that it's gross. I wanted to curse him out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's but why did you want to curse him out? Because it's gross.
He doesn't care, and he's threatening. And in the elevator, it says you must remain masked at all times.
Yeah, except for me, because I'm white too.
And because I work in this building, and because I can, there's a Latino dude with the cart, and I'm touching all these buttons. His boss. And I was kind of like,
this is not a power play.
This is the stuff that for me, the brother who I met with today is Jamaican. And I said to him, I refer to Jamaican people as having prickly personalities. they're prickly,
Mhm.
meaning that all kinds of things can set us off, and you just might not know it, right? And I said, and it is for that reason that my husband says to me, baby, you just stay home. Let me get the groceries and stuff like that, because people out there are going to do stuff.
I just don't think you getting on a plane
are annoying. I was
don't,
on a plane with Idris twice, 4 times.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'd be like, y'all gonna have to zoom that.
I was on a plane with Idris before the Delta variant became a thing. Right?
No, it was out there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Oh,
before.
It was slight. Right.
It was slight. It wasn't like this. And so it was like, oh, okay, it's calming down now, and okay, so we'll go up to New York and Martha's Vineyard. And then, turned out that it was a whole lot. It's a whole lot. Mm-hmm. And this man is on the elevator, and I'm thinking to myself, there's so much I want to scream at him, but let me just,
Sorry, Hyro is about to Hyro thinks she's a cat, but I thought she was gonna knock over the camera. Thank you, Karen, for replying to a couple people who asked about Married to Medicine LA. That show been canceled. That show's been canceled for like a year. But I did see me and Asha and Noelle from season 1 we had like a lunch date, like a play date. A couple weeks ago. That was it was fun. We had fun. And they're like, it's not like we took pictures, like they're like, because they're just really my friends, and it was really nice to see them. I hadn't seen either of them since before the pandemic, and Asha didn't have any kids,
and now she has 2. Beautiful little girls.
And Noelle, I hadn't. I mean, I hadn't seen them. I don't think since I didn't see Noelle until 2 months. I haven't seen Noelle since 2 months before the pandemic, and then I didn't see Asha since like 2019, like the fall, like the week that shooting started. So I didn't go. I know that I was supposed to go to this thing. I was supposed to go, like Brittany had a birthday, and I was invited to, I guess, like a haunted house thing because she likes haunted houses.
Is this recently?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This was last weekend. I couldn't go, but when I spoke to Leah about it, she said they almost got beat up by some hood girls. So I wasn't there. Crisis averted.
It's almost got beat up by some hood girls who were invited to the event?
Well, it was a haunted house.
But what's her name's haunted house?
No, it was just it was just like a haunted house you go to. Anyway.
Did I read that she's getting divorced?
Who?
Leah.
Yeah, she is.
Do these shows all result in people getting divorced?
Well, I know that when we were filming, we had already had a conversation like on camera where she had filed for divorce, like a few, however many years ago it was. And then they got back together. But now they're actually like going through a divorce. I don't know. Yeah, they canceled Married to Medicine LA like a year ago. Yeah, like last November. So anyway.
But there's
still Atlanta.
There's Atlanta, and there's the drama of who got canceled, who's getting divorced, and who's
staying to. I don't know.
After a while, the formula of those shows.
I can't really speak on it because, I talked to Contessa. Me and Contessa are friends. So, if I want to ask her like what's going on with her, I just ask her and she just tells me.
But there was a period when she was going through
that was last season.
And now they're back together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I don't know. Honestly, when
the shows do put a lot of strain.
Yeah, when I talk to Contessa, about like her and her kid. I'm like,
you're not trying to get.
Yeah, like she's a friend of mine. I'm not really trying to be all like, so girl was like she's a friend. So like, it's not something I'm really concerned about.
When people join those shows, they should. There is the track record of if you're going to launch something, that's the time you launch it when you're on the show because it helps with the promotion and the marketing.
Right.
But it also
Like the various lip gloss
results in divorce.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna get divorced anyway, so really. But yeah, it can. I mean, it's especially. It's just too many people in your business. It's too many people in your business. It's too many people trying to kind of like puppeteer your business. I don't like just
puppet master.
But yeah, like just it's a bit too much. I mean, in all honesty, I will say that even though if there would have been a season 3, I would have done it because my mom was like, "You have to." I really
why did I say you have to? Don't just leave it out there like that.
I don't know why. Because more money.
No, because in the beginning, your mom didn't want you to do it. And what I said to you was, if you commit to doing this, then you're going to have to stay. It wasn't, and that comes from me having been a TV executive. It's like, you know, you made the commitment.
What? I can't help you right now. Here.
It's like she's talking with her mouth closed,
with
her lips together.
No. Do you want? If you need to go outside, you need to go talk to your dad. He's over there.
Wow.
He's over there. He's not here. She can't help you. Okay.
She is literally doing puppy dog eyes. It just kind of like
we have full conversations.
Oh my God.
What I was saying. Oh, what I was saying is, if there would have been a season 3, I don't know what I would have done, because I was like, I do not want like my present relationship to be involved in any of. Because no.
It's too intrusive, and on top of that, it gives people who have no right a belief that they have a right to be all in your business, which is why I was like, yeah, no.
It was fine. I mean, plus I'm really good at, from the nature of my job, I'm really good at deflecting. Like, oh my God, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just chilling. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, oh, so happy you asked me so. I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah, no, I don't have the ability to do that.
Yeah, I don't.
If I don't want to talk to you, I'll be like.
Yeah, but I do. I have to
I know you do that for a living. Well, when I worked, I talked with people for a living, but I wasn't getting paid, so I'm not getting paid anymore, so I don't want to talk to people.
But yeah, I was like, I can't. I was like, I really just didn't want my present relationship to have any type of impact. Plus, Peter was not going to. Please, like he's not involved. He's not impressed or doesn't.
Not down for the whole thing. Mm-mm.
No. Salt Life said, no, I didn't make any t-shirts for This Is Like a Drug Dealer's House.
Because what?
Saltline asked, is This Is Like a Drug Dealer House, and did I make t-shirts for that? No, I didn't.
What is like a drug dealer house?
Remember what I was talking about? What's her name house? It's like a drug dealer house.
Oh, and looking for the catchphrases to capitalize on?
No. I mean, I have a job. Like, I got a job. So, yeah. No. I mean, although someone's did say once somewhere that this looked like a drug dealer house was a gift. And you know what? You're welcome.
What does that mean?
Like, it was a gift. Like, it was a gift. Like, wow, this line keeps on giving. It's a gift that keeps on giving. So you're welcome.
You haven't heard from her though, right? What was that? What's her name?
Jasmine?
Yeah, it was Jasmine.
Yeah. No. I have not. Anyway, I hope you guys had fun today. I'm about to go. Hyro, I swear.
She can't help it. She's like over
she there. She needs attention. I'm gonna go. So bye everybody. I hope you guys have a week. Oh, and you know what? You know what's happening next Sunday? You know what we're all doing as a family. Well, you're not gonna be there, but what we're doing as a family in this house.
Your household is doing as a family? What is that?
Going to the Wu-Tang show.
Oh yeah, that's right. That should be fun.
I'm so excited.
Idris is excited too.
I'm very excited. I've only ever seen I've only ever seen Method Man in college, and it was like no one really kind of knew who he was. It was really good.
Did you talk to Safir about getting you up close and personal?
No, but I mean, I have tickets.
I'm not saying you don't have tickets.
Yeah, no, I'll figure it out.
There's always the backstage. This when we go see Earth, Wind, and Fire, my girls and I contact Verdine so we can go see him backstage.
Okay, calm down. Verdine.
What do you mean, calm down, Verdine?
I'm gonna go because yes, Verdine is a national treasure.
Is Method Man a national treasure?
Yes.
Well,
as is Ghostface, and
do you want your son to meet them?
I mean, sure. Well, I'll work it out later. I just want to go lay down. Okay. So, lie down, because objects lay, people lie. I'm going to go lie down now. And then you're going to go home. Okay. I'll be post Wu-Tang Glow next week. So you guys have a good rest of your evening. Goodbye.